Now, so
Okay.
Start. Now you ready to start the show?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
You're ready.
3.
Don't stand in the door, son, because she's going to be going in and out, okay?
3, 2, 1.
What's up, what's up, what's up, beautiful people? We are here, we are here. It is Thursday. I gotta get some clapping effects, guys. Y'all help me out. If anybody knows any good software to give me some clapping effects and stuff like that, y'all let me know. So it's Thursday. We're here, hustling brand with your girl Neveah. I have my assistant here. Come here, baby. Let me show you off to the world right quick. My son Christian, he's here helping his mommy get some things done. So y'all make sure y'all shout out my boy Christian. All right. He's in elementary school. He goes to Elmar Road, and he is an awesome student. He's learning some drums right now. So I'm trying to have him under my wing. Got him as my assistant. So y'all make sure y'all show him some love. And we're gonna set him up an Instagram. We're gonna set him up some stuff so y'all can reach out to him if y'all need a drummer. If y'all need a drummer, if y'all need a good assistant, he's gonna be out there on the market real soon. Give him a couple years. Let me learn him how, and then we'll get him out there. All right. But yeah, we're in the building, guys. It's been a beautiful week. It's almost Friday. Woo, Friday. Right? It's been a long week, but we made it. We made it. You guys know how I like to start the show. I love to shout out my people, shout out my vendors, my sponsors, people who have helped make this happen, helped Neveah, the brand, move. I just love to shout everybody out. I love to be, I guess you would say, vocal or communicative about the greatness and the help that I receive as an artist and as a person from the people in the community. So I always like to shine a light on those individuals. So first and foremost, Cammy. Shout out to my girl Cammy. She's the runner, the program director over this situation of the CMVA 107.5 FM. Shout out to my girl. Thank you for the opportunity. Shout out to my cohorts, my co-hosts, who also have a spot on CMVA 107.5 FM. Shout out to you guys. You guys are amazing. Love everybody's show. You guys make sure you're checking out all of my people's shows on this here platform, okay? You guys can check us out on Odyssey, the app. Go ahead and download that. You'll catch all of our shows. You can also catch our shows on YouTube, and you can also catch them on my platform, on my IG, my Facebook, in my bio. The URL is saved in my bio. So you guys, there's plenty of ways to access this show. So make sure you're tuning in. Make sure you participate, and make sure you're getting these gems, because we're always dropping jewels, right? So just make sure that you're staying tapped in, because there's plenty to come, right? So shout out to my girl Cammy. Shout out to Laced by Lemon. Love you, love you, love you. Shout out to On the Rise Apparel. Shout out to True Choice Enterprise. Shout out to Charlie's Angels Beauty Bar. Shout out to my guy Rich Poe out in New Jersey. He's got the Rock Studios out there doing great things with that building. We'll actually be going there in December to do some meet and greets. So if you're in the New Jersey area, make sure you come out. We're going to be at some smoke shops. We're going to be a little bit everywhere. We're going to be on some rooftops. And then we'll have a show at the Rock Studios there in New Jersey. So make sure you come out. It's going to be in December, the first week of December. If you're in the New Jersey area, shout out to you guys in New Brunswick. We'll be in that area. So just, on our tour stuff, like I told you guys, we're staying lit. Oh, Christian, Uncle Rel said, what's up? He's watching on live. So, hey, brother. So, yeah, you guys make sure you're staying tuned. Make sure that you're going to be a part of the things that we have coming up, because we've got a lot going on. Shout out to everybody that's in the building that has been staying tuned with CMVA 107.5. Not just my show, but all the shows. Thank you guys. We appreciate it. We're nothing without you, and we know that. So we're all about your feedback. We're all about anything that you have to offer as far as your services. If you want to catch an interview with one of our great co-hosts or with myself, DM me. We'll make it happen. And yeah, we're just excited to be here. We're excited to be able to provide this platform for other artists, entrepreneurs, small businesses, and that's what we're all about. Shout out to the January 20th Expo, Music Expo that's going to be happening. Connect to Excellence, that's the name of it. You guys check it out. It's all over my Instagram. It's all over the radio's website, CMVA 105 or 107.5, excuse me. So make sure that you guys are checking that out. Make sure that you artists tap in, vendors, producers, everybody. This is for everybody. Small businesses. If you want to be a sponsor, please DM me. We can talk about that for sure. Yeah, that's what I have right now for all of my shout outs. I love you guys. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all that you do for the Neveah and Neveah brand. I appreciate you guys, and there's so much more to come. I definitely want to do another shout out while I have a chance. Let me shout out my crew, my bandmates, and everybody that's working hard to make this tour and make these shows happen. So shout out to Slim Herc. Check him out. He's the bass player. Shout out to Samin. Check him out on here. Who else? We got Brother Ray. He's the drummer. And we've got Brother Gabe on keys. To my dancers, choreographer, Antoine J. Shout him out. Check him out on IG. And Tati, my girl. Check her out on all platforms as well. You guys, we are up. Again, it is Thursday. Again, shout out to On The Rise Apparel. Great company doing amazing things in the community. You guys check them out. If you want their information, DM me. They do t-shirts, they do sweatshirts, hoodies, they do track suits, all that good stuff. So if you're trying to get a brand together, if you're trying to get a clothing line together, hit up On The Rise Apparel. They have just about all the things that you need for your apparel and for your clothing line. All right. So we are here, man. Again, Neveah Hustle and Brand. And I always like to just have a free-flowing show that talks about, again, the process, that gives you guys some gems, gives you guys some tidbits about what you can do to help your process, make that process a little easier, and then not only make it easier, make it a little bit more accessible, right? Because as an independent artist, as an artist in general, you have to have resources, right? We all need resources. As a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, you need resources, right? We don't always have the capital. We don't always have the supplies that we need. So networking and working with other individuals in the industries that you're in, your prospective industry, prospective discipline, it can always be a help, right? So I like to be a tool for that, to be able to provide any assistance. Again, you guys can hit me up in the DM. All right, Neveah, NEVEAH_OTR. And if you have any questions, you need any assistance, I can definitely try to help you. I don't know it all. I don't know it all. I'm still learning. But if I do have any outsource or resource, I'll definitely provide that to you. So we're back this week talking about a couple of things. Process is definitely always going to be one of those things, right, guys? And then definitely helping find connections, right, to get in those processes done a little easier, a little faster. And then two, finding a way to follow through. Once we find the process, okay, how do we get to the other side? We know we're going through a process. We know we have this and we have that we have to accomplish. So how do we get to the result, right? And how do we get to the result that we want to see? Not what somebody else is trying to give us, but creating the opportunities that we want to see. That's what this show is all about. That's what we aim to help everyone that tunes in, and even those who might not have the chance to tune in might catch it on the back end, but have questions, have needs. That's what the show is about, to accomplish that with as a collective, right? Not just individually, but as a collective, because it takes a village, not only to raise children, but to create businesses, to create followings. Even if you're an influencer, influencers need a following, right? We all need somebody to help us move our movement or push our movement where we want it to go. So you guys just remember it. We all need somebody. The Cardi B's of the world, the Whitney Houstons of the world, they had to have somebody to help them get where they are, right? So never be afraid to ask questions. Never be afraid to ask for help. I know I've always had an issue with that. Me personally, asking for help. It's hard. It is definitely hard, but I am learning a closed mouth doesn't get fed, right? So we have to learn how to be comfortable in our own skin, knowing that we're doing our best, giving our best. And let's make sure that we're doing that first, right? Check ourselves, be accountable for self. Make sure that we're giving our best, doing our best, and putting our best foot forward, so that when we do ask for help, it's like a pleasure for someone to be able to give you that extra, hey, I can help you with that. You've already done that. Let me give you this little tool right here that'll push you a little further along, right? So again, just being prepared, knowing what that process is, knowing the steps of your process, and then being prepared not to just meet whatever goal there is, but knock that goal out of the park, man. Knock it out the park, and then set your next goal and do the same with that. I think a lot of times, even just in general as people, we get so caught up in where we're trying to get to, the destination, but in certain instances we have to remember that the destination, there is no destination. It's just about the journey, and the journey it really changes, right? It changes as we go. Hi there, I see you, Luscious Beauty. Hello. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining in. But yeah, we have to remember that sometimes there is no destination. It's just about the journey and the experience that we have along the way with that journey, right? That's what teaches us how to maneuver through the results that we get from going on that journey. So just remember to live in the moment, take these moments in. Again, I've had to learn that myself. Take the moment for what it is, receive it, good or bad, receive it, and then utilize it in whatever way you can to make whatever process that you're in better, right? Let's not focus on the negatives, because we can do that all day, but where does that get us, right? So we want to focus on the positive, utilize those positives to springboard us, like just push us forward, keep us moving. And once we learn how to do that, and do that consecutively, a lot of the things that we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis, you start to learn how to let those roll off your back, right? We start to learn how to just let certain things go and continue to move forward, continue to focus on the things that are helping us and not hindering us, right? So I think we left off last week in the situation room, and we'll have another one, another topic for that. How are you? Oh, I am doing amazing. I hope you are. I really, really do. You share the live. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm doing really well. I hope you are. I hope you're doing great. I hope you had an awesome week. It's been a tumultuous one for me, busy, but good. All right, really good. I'm here. So again, shout out to Luscious Beauty Creations. She's awesome. You guys check her out on IG. Make sure that you're following her and tapping in with her with anything that she has going on. Thank you so much for following on IG. I appreciate you. But again, back to the things that we're talking about and discussing here, business-wise, branding-wise. Let's take it to the next level, guys. Next year is 2024. I'm telling you, man, time is coming. Time is not waiting for anybody. So I've already spoken it, and I'm already putting my plan in place for 2024 for that to be my year of financial growth, financial prosperity, financial just everything, like just having my financial house in order. So I'm willing to bring anybody along that's wanting that same goal, that's trying to make that same goal happen. I'm bringing you along, man, because it's necessary. We got to start working together, right? So tap in with me on that. There's a lot of different ways that I'm looking into making that happen. And I really feel like we're missing, as a village and as a unity, we're missing those brainstorming meetings, where we all just come together, we have a potluck, or somebody cooks, and you just come over to one of the team's house. I used to do this as a basketball player. I used to do this as a soccer player. And now I've implemented it into being an artist. So my band, we try to cook for the band, once a month at least. I haven't been able to do it the last couple of months because we've been in transition, but we're definitely getting back to that. Once I get my situation under control, we're going to be getting back to that once a month, having a sit down, a brainstorming meeting, where we eat, frolic, come together and just brainstorm. How can we make this thing better? How can we get to the next level? Who can we reach out to that we have in our Rolodex? You guys know what I'm talking about a Rolodex. A lot of the newer generation, they don't know about them Rolodexes. But that's pretty much contacts, right? Your contacts in your phone, that's what a Rolodex is. So, but a physical one, right? So you're going in your Rolodex and looking at who we can reach out to help us accomplish these goals, right? And giving them the opportunity to take part in those goals. That's what it's all about. Just, again, takes a village. It takes a village. So I'm getting ready to implement that again in my own right. So I would like to get it on a bigger scale, though. So like having those small business meetings where we can come together and see how different businesses can help each other. Again, the t-shirt business, that can expand like everywhere, right? Everybody needs t-shirts. Everybody wants t-shirts. Schools want t-shirts. Artists want t-shirts. The city, they require t-shirts at some point in time when they're having festivals and things like that. So you guys, let's think outside the box. Let's find ways to get to this money, get to our dreams, get to our aspirations, because it's possible. It's more than possible. It's doable. So let's do it. Not only the brainstorming meetings, but remember we were talking about the vision boards. That's coming up for our show, for the Neveah Hustle and Brand show. Our next vision board powwow is coming up. So if not next week, the following week, we'll be doing that. And actually, I think, we'll be doing that for the following week, because I'll be actually kicking off the tour in South Carolina that weekend. So that'll be a great way to kind of show you guys kind of how I've put my vision board together for the tour, right, to help me manifest this thing. So I can definitely show you guys that as an example. And then if you guys have anything that you guys are trying to aspire towards, or that you're trying to get off the ground, we can definitely have a vision board powwow for your goal, for whatever, business you're trying to accomplish or start, for whatever venue that you're trying to attain. If you're an artist, or if you're an event planner and you're trying to get a venue or something like that, let's work. Let's get it together. We've got access to that kind of stuff. So that's the kind of thing you're going to need that vision board for, so that you can set up what you need to get it done, and then finding the resources to make that happen. So not next week, but the following week, you guys, we're going to do a vision board. All right. And we're going to get that vision board popping for anybody that's starting a business, that's trying to create an event, or trying to create something, even if it's for self-preservation. If you're going through a lot and you're trying to just get your house in order, let's do it. Let's powwow it out. Let's talk it out. Let's talk through it, and let's make it happen, okay? So we have some homework again. And I mean, me personally, I love homework. So if you guys want to send me a DM and tell me some of the topics that you guys are aiming for, we can definitely do that. Again, not this week coming, but the week after. All right? So for last week, I know we were talking a lot about just standing in what we're trying to do. So standing and walking in our purpose, right? And in our passion. And in that, we were talking about how we can't work with everybody, guys. We got to say no to certain things. We got to be ready to pivot in certain aspects. When something is not working, when something's not going how we want it to go, what do we have to do? We have to pivot. We have to take a step back, reevaluate, and re-implement some new aspects of goals and things that we're trying to accomplish, right? So one thing that I can definitely bring to the table that I've gained since then, which, again, guys, this stuff does not take long to happen and to manifest if you do it. If you put it into play right away, a lot of the times it doesn't take months or years for it to manifest. It can happen the next day. It can happen that night if you do. If you just put it into action. So one great example, one thing that I can tell you guys and share with you guys that has come into play for me that I was struggling with. So I had been struggling with my events, guys, putting these events together, getting things happening, getting people to come out to these events and really support not just Neveah, but the movement of the collection and the collective of the Neveah brand, right? And I was struggling with that, guys. I was struggling with trying to find people to come in and really be a part of it. Not just say, oh, I want to perform, or no, not just that. Like really coming in and being a part of the collective of it, right? So I was thinking it was something that everybody else was doing, not something that I was doing, right? And sometimes it can be what you're doing, You don't know everything. You don't know everything. You don't have all the resources. You don't have all the know-how, right? And I talk about that all the time. Just being human, being relatable, being humble about your situation, right? Knowing that sometimes it does take somebody else's expertise, somebody else's eye, right? So just a quick discussion on that. I've had the opportunity to work with someone, and I won't put no names on it. We're going to disclose that as a unit, I'm sure, very soon. I don't have to, speak on all of that, but I definitely want to put that in the forefront because it's already helped me in a week's time. In a week's time, with the January situation that we have going on, not only the January situation, but I've been implementing some of the things that I've learned for that situation with things that I've got coming sooner. So, prime example, I was having trouble finding my talent, finding vendors, people to really participate, finding a way to make this thing catch, not just for me, in my band and the things that I have going on, but for other artists, right? Making it accessible, and not only accessible, making it beneficial for other artists, for other influencers, for other people to take part and to be a part, right? So I got somebody that stepped up to the plate and didn't even ask no questions really, other than what you need, how you need, and that was it. Since then, we've got 4 different, 5, 6, 7 different flyers. 7 different flyers. We've got vendors lined up ready. We've got influencers lined up ready. We've got, what else do we got? We've got talent booked, ready, lined up. You see what I'm saying? And that was a week's worth, okay? We haven't even gotten to a month's worth. So I say all of that to say, guys, the people that you need are sometimes right beside you. But the problem is we fail to recognize it because we're worried about everybody else around us that we think is helping us. And really, those are the people that we need to be checking. We need to be finding out, hey, what are you really bringing to the table for me or for the group? Not even for me, not even for just for Neveah, but how are you helping the group over here? How are you helping the overall goal, which is what? The event, right? We're all trying to be a part of this event. We're all trying to make this event awesome, make this event great, right? But we only got one person going hard at it. That doesn't work. What you need, buddy? Okay. Bathroom's right there. Sorry, guys. I told you I got my assistant in the building today. My assistant, he's my son too. So you guys make sure I'm going to get an Instagram for him for all his work. He's going to be a drummer. My guy's working on being a drummer. He's working on being an assistant. He's been working on being a roadie. If you guys know what a roadie is, roadies get paid out here. They're the ones that set up the back line for you at these events that you go to. They set up all the stage lights, the sound. They're those guys. So shout out to all the roadies out there. You got another one coming up, so be on the look, all right? So back to what we were talking about. These events, man, they don't happen just by happenstance, right? And it's not just, overnight we roll out of bed and they take place. It's a lot of work that comes with this. So having somebody to step up, like I said, this person, no questions asked, nothing. Just the next day, literally, had new flyers. So, guys, remember, your resources around you are your best friend. And sometimes it's not always going to be what you think it should be. And that's okay. That's all right. The point is that we're utilizing what we have, for one. And then 2, we're making do with what we have. Because if we don't check on or be accountable for our main circle, right? For the people that surround us, even if it's just weekly, even if it's 1-2 days out of the week, that's still energy, right? That's still energy that they're bringing to you, that you're giving to them. So it's okay to hold them accountable. It's okay to say, hey, I got this thing going on. What can you bring to that? And if they can bring something, it won't be a just, hey, this is what I can do. Hell, let me tell you how. It won't be just a talk. It'll be a do, right? And that's what we need. We need people that can do the same way that we're doing. We need others to be able to do that too. So I say all that to say, utilize what you got in front of you. Make sure that you're opening your mouth and being willing to ask for the help. I've always had a problem with that. I've always had a problem saying, hey, I need help. I need help with this. Or, hey, guys, I'm not able to get this done. Can somebody else step up to get, I've always had a problem with that. So being not woman enough, because I don't want to say it like that, because I don't think it's about being woman enough or man enough. I think it's more so just what we've been taught. My mom always taught me, get out there and get it. She didn't always teach me, you got to ask for help. No, she taught me how to be a go-getter, right? And so we don't always catch the let me help you. And I didn't see my mom asking for a whole lot of help either. My mom she went out there and got it. So that's what I learned, and that's what I was implementing. But I'm here to say, and I'm here to step back and say, guys, use your help because it's there. Just be able to ask for it, be able to speak it, articulate it, and there's a way to do that too. It's not always, hey, I need you to do this. Hey, I need you to do that. It's not always that. Sometimes your help just comes from a basic conversation, a simple conversation of, hey, this is what I've got going on, and this is what I ran into it, man. I'm just sometimes just talking it out with somebody, and they'll say, oh my goodness, I had that same problem. Maybe I can help you with that, or maybe I can assist you and give you a resource for that. Sometimes it's truly, honestly, that simple. So let's start believing in ourselves enough to ask for that help, right? Believing in ourselves enough to say, hey, I know I got this going on. I know I'm doing this. And not just talking it, right? Not talking it, but actually doing it, having the receipts. That's what everybody calls it these days, having the receipts to back up what we're doing. So let's get out here and start being a resource to each other. Not a hindrance, but a resource, all right? I know there's a lot of chatter around events that are taking place, especially in the city of Charlotte. A lot of people are doing it, and they're doing it well. But we have to learn how to not be so much of competition to each other, but to really come together to help each other, right? Because if one person is doing a great event, this person over here is doing a great event, that person man, if we all come together and do one big event, we don't have to stop doing the individual events, but if we all come together and do one huge event for the city, think about how that it benefits not just one group, but benefits a multi-group of people, right? And benefits the city. When you can do stuff like that, the city is more, and when I tell you, the city is more than happy to give you some dollars for that, more than happy to assist you in that, get you some food trucks, get you some vendors out there that work directly with the city. They'll help, the city will help you. However, you have to be willing, again, to help self, right? And ask for that help. So when the city has these, these powwows, because they have them. They have city halls, they have city meetings, they have small business meetings. A great resource for that is Charlotte Inclusive. They have all of that. They have grants, they have grant writers. So all you have to do is submit your business to them. I need to actually renew mine, but once you submit your information to the city, they'll put you down as a vendor. They'll put you down on a list to where a vendor's list to where they'll put your business up for other vendors who need your services. So there's also Charlotte Score. Charlotte Score helps you with that as well. So again, guys, these are all Googleable companies. The city is Googleable. So Google it. And this is something like I was talking about before, about the brainstorming situations where we can all come together. Take maybe 4 or 5 small businesses, 4 or 5 artists. Let's all come together, sit down in a room, order some pizzas, order some order some Chinese food or whatever, and just have a night where we come together and just brainstorm, and then put that brainstorming power to action. Because it's time, guys. It's beyond time, actually. It's time. Charlotte has so many great things to offer, but we're not utilizing it. We're really not. So again, let's just be more proactive, reactive in regards to our proactiveness, not ever putting that reactive before the proactive. Never that. But definitely being proactive, being prepared, and putting our best foot forward to make sure that anything that we want to see, we are being the example of that, right? So we have a point now, and I guess in our show, where we can talk about the situational room. That's what I called our segment, and I forgot about that last week. I forgot the name of it, but I remember the name of it. So situation room is what we call it, all right? And we try to do that every week, have a situation room where we have someone send in, a situation that they went throughout the week, And then we try to help them get through it, right? Give them suggestions, give them resources, give them examples of ways that they can get through that situation, and have some results, right? Get some better results than maybe what they had before. So I want to put out there for you guys, to think about that. Think about the situation room. Think about anything that you've gone through this week. Think about anything that you've had happen that might have been, something that was I don't like to say adversity or an issue, but just something that stumped you. Something that you might have been like, dang man, I know, like I had an issue with that, but there's a way that I could have done that, or I could have accomplished that. So those types of things. That's what the situation room is about. I want you guys to send your situations in. Send it to my DM in Neveah, NEVEAH_OTR. Send it to the DM, or if you download the Odyssey app, you can send it under the comments under CMVA 107.5 FM. Send it there, and we'll talk about it on the show. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it. Try to help you guys get through whatever you're going through as a business owner, as an artist. That's what we're here for. That's what Hustle and Brand with Neveah is all about. Truly being assisted, or being an assistant to you guys, to help you guys get through those things that might be hindering you, right? And hindering your growth. I don't personally have a situation, but I can definitely talk about some of the situations, like I said, that I have been facing throughout this last week. One main thing that I can really think about and attest to is, like I was telling you guys before, my band and I were getting ready to start this tour. South Carolina, Atlanta, New Jersey, Boston, Charlotte, we're getting ready to do it. We're getting ready to push. We're getting ready to go real hard at it. And thank you guys for the support thus far. You guys have really been like hitting me up on TikTok, on Facebook, Instagram, just letting me know, how awesome, things have been looking, and how excited you guys are to see us in your city. So I appreciate that love. For me though, in this instance, in preparing for it, it has been a little bit tedious this time. And one thing I can say has been an attribution. Yeah, there we go. Attribution to that has just been scheduling, right? These last few weeks, or the last month, a lot of things have been unfolding for Neveah and Neveah's brand, which is wonderful. That's not a complaint. I'm blessed. We're grateful. But in that, right, we have to start tailoring our time, our day, our schedule to meet the demands, right? And so when you're having your schedule, and then you have 6, 7, 8, 9 other people's schedules that you have to work around, right? And then not only that, you have to find places for these people to be at in order for you to meet every week or twice a week. So that's the kind of situation I've been facing these last couple of weeks. Like I said, we're in between. With me and my family, we're working on getting our new house, getting our new things popping. So on this show, I like to be very transparent about what's going on in my life. I'm very human out here. Jasmine and Neveah are two different people, but we are still the same person. And we deal with a lot of the same issues, but just in different aspects. And in this situation, Neveah and Jasmine are definitely having to reevaluate, revamp certain things as far as scheduling is concerned. Because again, we're traveling a lot. We're getting ready for a whole tour. We're trying to get our family situated, right? So it's a lot happening. And that has been a big struggle for me in the last month or so as just Jasmine. We're not even going to bring in Neveah right now, but just as Jasmine, trying to really, make sure that my family, first and foremost, is taken care of. That's always my priority, and that's why I have my son working with me, so he can see and show and be able to tell his siblings and show his siblings, hey, mommies are working hard for us. Mommies are going hard to make sure that we have what we need. And sometimes kids need to see it, right? We're visual learners. I know me as an adult, I'm a visual learner. So sometimes kids need to be present in what you're doing and showing them, the hard work that it takes to get where you're going or get where you're at. Let alone where you're going, but to get where you're at. It takes a lot. And sometimes we take our day-to-day for granted. A job, hey, we need to be praising that. Hey, I'm getting ready I know I hate getting up in the morning. I know I hate dealing with these people every day. I know I hate, but I have a job. I have somewhere to go. I have something that I can call, or say that I'm putting my efforts into and I'm getting something out of it. It's supporting my family right now. It's helping me keep a roof over my head. It's helping me drive this car every day back and forth to where I have to go, right? So we have to be grateful and thankful for those things. Living in a constant state of gratitude is really what helps us accomplish our blessings and get to our blessings, right? So that's one of the things that I take with me every day, and I put that at the forefront. My family has a roof over their head right now. We could be out on the streets, but God, right? We could not have a vehicle, but God. We could not have each other to be able to talk to and work with and help each other, right? But God. So being just grateful for the small things, that's what I've had to do. Take those things and really hone in on them and think about those things. Thank God for them. With me and my family, we pray every morning. When we get in the car, Christian, what do you guys say? It's okay, you can say it.
For another day.
That's right. Lord, I thank you for another day. Right? Every morning. This is not something we skip. They know every morning. First thing when we get in the car, Lord, I thank you for another day. Thank you for another chance to get it right. Right? And that kind of thing, that's only going to build character. That's only going to build that integrity that you're going to need to get you through that day and then get you to the next day. Right? So building it and implementing it into our kids' lives, we're also taking that in our own life too, right? We obviously had that guidance and that opportunity to have that given to us. So with that, we have to share that, right? We have to, I guess we're kind of passing the torch, right? Passing the torch to those who are coming up behind us so that they have something to look forward to. Because if we're honest these days, these jobs ain't looking great. Just let's be real out here. These jobs, they're not looking like they're going to be something that our children can really have something to call their own, call their own at some point. So we got to get them ready now. We got to get them ready for what they're coming to or facing now. And as parents, as entrepreneurs, small business owners, as artists, that's a feat that we always, sometimes fail to put at the forefront. Letting people know just because we're artists out here and we're making it look like it's seamless or that making it look like we got everything figured out. Sometimes no, we don't. Okay. We're event planners. We wear a lot of hats. We're mothers. We're aunties. So in wearing those hats comes a lot of responsibility, and it's not always easy. So I say all of that to say, you guys, remember, today is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised. Today we could be out of here and not see tomorrow, right? So we got to be living in that constant state of gratitude, understanding that this is just a stepping stone. Today was a stepping stone to be great for tomorrow. And then tomorrow is just another stepping stone to be great for the next day. Okay? We have to remember that these days don't end. Just because we sleep, we go to sleep, time is still going, right? Our eyes might be closed, but the day hasn't concluded. Time is still going. So we have to remember, at the end of the day, we're always in a catch-up state of mind or a catch-up state of reality. So while we've been sleeping, somebody else has been moving. Something else has been moving. Time has still been moving. So we have to remember, today is just a rollover to tomorrow. And so tomorrow is today, just like today was today, right? You play this back, and I promise it'll make sense. Play it back, all right? So again, for me, understanding how to juggle these things, understanding how to pull from these things and utilize them in other areas of my life. So when me and my family, we get up in the morning, we get out in that car and we're riding and we're saying, Lord, we thank you for another day. That's an opportunity for me to recognize, hey, you know what? This is another day. This is my chance right here to really put forth my best effort to really get this thing right. And when I say right, I don't mean right by, religious standpoints or what society says is right. I'm talking about what's right for you, what's right in your life. and you know that for you. That's not something I can pinpoint for you or give you, right? That's something that you just have to know and move in. And that's always about discernment. And we talked about that before. So I've always liked to, I always like to give you guys tangibles, like things that have helped me to get to that next, hey, okay, I wasn't able to get there doing this, but this is what helped me get over that hump. That's what I like to give you guys. And if you start to implement it, I promise you, you'll see a difference. Like I said, it doesn't take years for change to happen. If you start putting the right now urgency, that urgency behind it, if you start doing that, man, you can see a change within a day. My resources that I was talking about earlier that has helped me change my outlook on my events, on how I run things, not even just in my events, but how I run my rehearsals, how I run my craft, how I run my businesses. Man, we really got things done in a day. In a day. Come on. So if we can do it, you can do it, right? If I can do it, if my partner can do it, you can do it. So again, you guys hit me up in my DM on Instagram, Neveah, NEVEAH_OTR. And if there's anything that we can assist with, I've got a couple of people that I know offhand that can help with the small things, right away. That's not even, and when I say small things, to me might not be small to you, but I'll list some of the things if that will help. So for me, small things I'm talking about are like, your designs, your graphic designs, things like that. That's small because that takes 2 seconds to reach out to somebody and say, hey, I need a graphic design and then get that logo out, get that logo done, then send it back to you, and voila, you have a flyer made. You see what I'm saying? So that's a small feat, right? So resources like that. You need a flyer done. You need some assistance with finding somebody that can help you get materials, things like that. Easy stuff. We can help with that. But again, this show has been based around the topic of asking for help. We have to ask for what? H-E-L-P, help. We got to be more persistent in that. And again, when we're asking for that help, being ready to receive it, right? Having our ducks in a row, already having, at least something to show. It might not be right, that's okay. It might not be right according to that industry standard or according to that doctrine, but we can fix it, right? There's always formatting, there's always templates. But if we don't know those templates right offhand, we just have to do what we know to do, right? And to me, that's doing the right thing. Putting your first foot forward. And then whatever we have, the document or whatever it is that you have that you're putting forth, if it's incorrect, we can get somebody to help us correct it, right? But at least we have the starting point. That's what I'm talking about. The starting point is the most important thing that you can get done for yourself. Because if you're not going to take you seriously, nobody else will. Okay? You can't expect somebody else to invest in you. You can't expect somebody else to, and when I say invest, I don't just mean money. I mean time too. Time is an investment. It takes time to make flyers, honey. It takes time to, do logos and stuff. That stuff takes time. So when you're asking someone to invest their time into you, make sure you're worth that time. All right? And if you're not, get yourself worth it. I'm not saying that you're not ever going to be worth that time. No. You're worth it. You just haven't identified that for yourself yet, right? You just haven't identified it and started putting things into action. So that's what I'm talking about. Once you have that, though, step out on faith. Start asking some people for help. Start asking some people around you, hey, do you know how to, or do you know anybody that, that was my breakout for me. Starting to just walk, when I'm in my regular settings, asking people, hey, do you guys need t-shirts done? Or do you guys need, you guys need a, I do post-construction cleanup or I do cleanup. Do you guys need anybody? It's that simple. Open your mouth. And again, guys, that took a long time for me. So I get it. If it doesn't come just overnight or naturally for you, don't worry. It's okay. But get uncomfortable so that you can get comfortable again and then get uncomfortable again, right? Because being uncomfortable is a lot of the time the way that you're going to reach your goals, by being uncomfortable. And again, for me, that uncomfortability is really where I thrive. I thrive in that uncomfortability. When somebody tells me I can't, or something is up against me and kind of being a hindrance towards my overall goal, man, that fuels me. It's like, oh man, okay, so that means I must be going down the right path, because I'm getting resistance. When you're getting resistance in some way, shape, or form, that's telling you you're on some type of path that is really the path that you should be on, whether it's looking good or bad at that time. You're on the right path, and stay on it. My thing is always, stay the course, man. If you've already seen some type of successes, if you've done an event, if you're an event planner and you've already done one event, whether you feel it was successful or not, man, if you got through that event and the main goal of that event was accomplished, you're an event planner. You're an event, you're an event host at that point. So keep going. You got to stay the course. It might not have looked how you anticipated for it to look. It might not have went as smoothly as you thought it should, but you got it done. That's the whole point, to get it done. So let's focus on what we know we can do. Then from there, take each piece of that, dissect it, and see how we can make it better. That is truly the easiest intermediate remedial way that I can put it. Just be about it. Don't say so much about it, but be about it, and then do what you're saying you're gonna do. Just, that's it. And honestly, I wanna take a moment to be a little more transparent in this regard, because that's what we were talking about in the beginning about these adversities, or these things that can be a hindrance to you trying to meet your goal. And for me, I was talking about the scheduling, right? And back to that, we can get into that on the side of Neveah and the Neveah experience and brand. Again, scheduling, with all that I've had going on in Jasmine's side and in Jasmine's world, it's bled over into the Neveah world, and we've had to work a lot on, helping that be a little more seamless. Because it has been a lot of adversity with it. And again, 9-10 other people that you have to be accountable for. We're talking about this tour. We're rehearsing every week, twice a week, sometimes 3. That's a lot. That takes dedication. That takes time. That takes effort. And these guys have been so adamant, about being present. And that's what I'm talking about. And I'm saying this because at the end of the day, it's hard for somebody to hear somebody telling you what you should do and not having the examples behind it, right? Because we can say all day what you should do, what you need to do, but how are you helping me get that? Because me personally, don't keep telling me the same thing and then not giving me any know-how. That, to me, that's being kind of a hater. And to me, and I don't pay a whole lot of attention to haters. I really don't. But to me, that's what that's kind of giving me, that type of energy, that hater energy. You're telling me, okay, I need to do this, but you ain't giving me nothing to help me do it. Because at the end of the day, you talk to Neveah about something, you talk to, Miss Cammy about something, you talk to my wife about something, we're going to implement something to help you with it. If we give you an example, or we give you something, a suggestion, we're going to say, here, okay, this is the suggestion, and this is what I can give you to help you with that, right? So let's be that for each other. Let's not be takers. Let's not be too much of givers either. Let's meet each other in the middle. And I say that again to say, the whole band thing, the whole tour thing, the whole events thing, all of that takes dedication, that takes diligence, and it takes resource, guys. It takes resource. And so when you're up against whatever it is you're doing, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're an artist, I've seen some artists on Instagram today. I was leaving some comments for them that were having some, moments of adversity, and they were just they weren't complaining about it or anything like that. Let me be clear. They weren't complaining. They were just kind of voicing, their opinion about it. And I made sure that I stated to them, hey, everybody's not going to be able to be included in what you're doing. Everybody's not going to be able to be a part of that. And that's okay. But those that are and can and are supposed to be, they will be. And you'll know it. You'll know it because there won't be a whole lot of resistance with those individuals. They'll be there. They'll be ready to come in, do their part, and help you with whatever you've got going on as well. That's how you know. And it's a natural, it's a natural flow. It's not something that you have to constantly go back and forth about. It's a simple, hey, I'm here. This is what I'm bringing to the table. Here it is. And how can I help you with whatever you got? It's as simple as that, right? And I hope that in you guys coming and being a part of this show, being a part of this platform, it really brings that to full circle for you. Being able to not just hear it, but in some instance, see it and implement it in your day-to-day life. I'm always for, again, questions, comments. I am not above criticism. I am not above, feedback. I love it. So please, by all means, you guys, DM me. Again, Neveah, NEVEAH_OTR. Make sure you DM me your questions, comments, concerns. If you have any situations for the Situation Room, hit me up. Again, to my sponsors, Laced by Lemon, Charlie's Angels Beauty Bar, On the Rise Apparel. Thank you guys so much. Simply Successful Entertainment. Thank you so much. We're up, guys. We're up. Now, whether you're up with us or not, I don't have anything to do with that. But we are up. It is our time, and we are seizing it. So I hope that we are being a great example. We're giving you things that you can utilize and that you guys take on the opportunity to be a part. All right. Shout out to Grand Fume Cigar Lounge. They're out of Atlanta. They are on the live right now. Shout out to you guys. That's actually an awesome venue. If you're in the Atlanta area, you guys check them out. They have cigars, but they have the cigar lounge, but they also have great food, great wings. They got great drinks. So make sure you're checking them out. Dreadlock Rock. That's my guy. He did this tat. He did the tat for me. So that's my tat guy. You guys hit him up. But yeah, I love to use this platform for you guys' for you guys, honestly, because that's what it is. It's not just about me. I've got my platforms here, obviously we're here, we're doing what we need to do, but I want to use this to also help you guys get out there. So again, if you want to do interviews, if you have a small business, if you're an artist, make sure you hit us up. We got packages for that. Make sure you're hitting us up. You can hit us up on the Audacity app. I told you to download that. Hit us up there. Go to YouTube, check us out on YouTube, leave a comment. We're here. We'll give you the information that you need for the interviews, things like that. We want to be a resource. We want to be a help. So allow us to be that for you, okay? Our show is wrapping. I appreciate you guys so much for your time. Again, you got homework. Situational Room. Guys, send me your situations. Send me what you got. Again, if you need help, that's what this show was about this week, right? If you need help, make sure you're reaching out and asking for that help. Reach out and touch somebody every day that you can in your doctrine, in your industry. Reach out to somebody. Say, hey, I've got this going on. Can I help you? Can you help me? Start there. Start small, right? And let's come together and be great, guys. All right? Again, first thing in the morning, what's my family saying? Come here, Christian. I'll put you on camera on this one. Close us out. All right, every morning, what do we say, Christian? Lord, I thank you for another day. All right? Thank you for another day to be here with you guys and to talk with you guys. Again, Neveah the brand. All right? Have a good one, guys. Awesome. Good job, Christian. You're welcome, buddy. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, CDs ready.